We're live, everybody. Welcome to a Tuesday night edition with the audio working of the Blathering Live. I'm Ken Knapsack. And hi, if you don't know what the Blathering Live is, it's hosted by me, Ken Knapsack, but made by you, the community. We talk news, sports, science, weird food, bad food, good, bad food. We kind of talk about anything you want to talk about because your calls lead the show. We got vibes, we got community. It's the Blathering. And tonight, producer Steve will be joining us a little bit later to announce what will be the Elite Eight in the Blather bracket. That'll be Thursday night. We'll be doing the Elite Eight, the final 8 movie scenes. We've been doing this all month in March into April. Month in spirit. Our version of March Madness. The 16 best scenes in 4 regions of movies: Star Wars, Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, and MCU, and it's getting down to the nitty-gritty. Hot town, summer in the city, back of my neck getting dirt and gritty. We are going to have a lot of fun with that on Thursday, but we're going to preview that today. We are also, what do we got here? Your calls. A lot of fun doing the 60 minutes of calls Saturday night. We're going to do that format again. I love it. Just created a lot of great moments, and thank you all who participated and made that show work so well. We got our calls coming in tonight, and we got people hanging in with us here. We got JJ Skywalker, who was hanging out at the Wanger show last night. Thanks for that. Brennan from Page Turners, They Were Not. James Holmes checking in from the UK. He says, on the open wound and shower discourse, had a big scrape on my foot as a kid and tried to shower on one foot to keep that foot out of the shower stream as well as you expect. Kingsport Cow. We appreciate that. Checking in from Japan is Matty Gunner, a world traveler. Steve's here as well. He's probably got some bedtime duties, and we got it going on. He'll be here later. Cinder says, how's it going, folks? It's going okay. It's going good enough. I'll take good enough. You know what I mean? That's sometimes what we got. The only thing I think I've been avoiding the news in terms of discussing it, unless, it's for any time with Ken and Alden, which we have no show this week because Alden is traveling to Japan as well for Star Wars Celebration. But I got one of those things where, I kind of got nothing to say right now other than my mouth just agape in horror. That pick it, throw a dart at the headlines. But the fact that we have the Supreme Court, including, John Roberts, Amy Coney Barrett, sexual assaulter guy, and the other sexual assaulter guy, Clarence Thomas, who is also one of the most crooked Supreme Court justices in history. They all voted 9-0, as we discussed last week, to say to the U.S. government, to the feds, you got to get that guy out of El Salvador. You had no right to deport him. We told you that, but you did anyway. You got to bring him back, and that it's not happening. That there's no movement. In fact, there's defiance. That puts us in this weird spot as a country, as a people. I just saw footage of a town hall of Chuck Grassley, all 91 years of his face, in front of his own constituents, Republicans, not paid by George Soros. Republicans going, all right, I got a $1,200 ticket fine from the city. I'm not going to pay it. You can't make me. The president is not adhering to the courts. I don't know if the dam is breaking. I don't have enough hope to think that the dam is breaking. But I'm just sitting here today as we do a silly little show for a wonderful, warm distraction, just wondering what is next. I think of Saw Gerrera in the trailer for Rogue One, which had footage that did not make the movie, asking Jen Erso, when the Empire comes for you, what will you become? What will you become? We're at a weird point in time. We are at a weird point in time. So in that regard, we're going to have some silly fun today. All my audience, you guys are all engaged. You're plugged into the news. You understand what's going on is bad at best, horrible on the regular. So we're here to crawl into about an hour and 15 minutes of silliness, fun, laughter, and maybe some tears. I don't know about that. Tully says positive. Tully, first of all, I love you, Tully. Thank you for your very nice comment. I really needed that nice comment on a Monday morning show, more than you all know. But Tully, I love Saw Gerrera. I love him, mistakes and all, and I can't wait to see what happens to him in Andor season 2. I just think he's He's a powder keg. But, Tully, maybe we need some powder kegs right now. Maybe you're right about that. Maybe we all need sunless skies because it feels like it now. All right. Thanks, Addie. Professor Addie there. This week's Monday morning show was so great. I know. I was thinking about this the other day. I started saying Dr. Addie, but it's Professor. We're going to find out what she prefers when she calls in. Maybe all of it. Dr. Professor Addie. One of the things I wanted to do here today. All right, let me get this up here. All right, there. Look at those. Cut the sides of your hair, Ken. What? Shave down the head. All right, so my buddy, I might get him on the show here. My buddy Scott Tomaso, his brother Chad, twin brother Chad, produced a web series 13 years ago called Those Guys. I, for reasons only they know, was cast, along with that polo shirt, was cast in the lead. Am I the world's greatest actor? No. That is Caitlin, an actor opposite me there. And we, I think there's like 6 episodes or so, or 7 episodes or so of those guys. And this was, again, 13 years ago. A lot of people thought, hey, let's see if web series truly are the future. And some things worked, some things didn't. This worked in terms of execution. It didn't necessarily work in that we all got a show and became. That became, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That was the thing too. In the mid 2000s, if you weren't around in the business in the mid 2000s, the gang at It's Always Sunny got this wonderful series that's still going on Netflix. But the story was they shot their own little pilot and that got sold, and it's true. It's true. They had all been in the business doing other things, but for the most part, that was true. They also shot a series with some other folks. Charlie Day and some other folks shot a series around the same time called The Other Mall, and I was begging to be part of it. One of my friends from the Groundlings, her name was Kristen. You might remember her name on a Saturday Night Live. She was going to be in it, and I was like begging her, like, I work security at a mall. I need to be in this series, The Other Mall. So that series didn't work, but It's Always Sunny certainly did. So we launched a bunch of, a lot of people launched web series. Again, some of them worked, some didn't. I was part of this one, but this is really funny. It was really this is a lost episode I have not seen since the day we shot it. My character there, look at that idiot. Shave down the sides of your head, you cue ball, Ken. Oh, get rid of that polo shirt. All the things I could tell myself. But this was a episode I kind of helped put together. I had this character who played this character, Tucker, who was kind of a loud, lovable loser type, but he was kind of an oaf in the show. But this was the episode in which we found out Tucker had a heart, and he was a little lonely. And this is one of the girls on the show. It was kind of a group of 4 guys, 3 girls type of show. And we had this episode where we have this like awkward non-date date, and there we go. There's some more of this, and they just found this. They just found this episode, and my buddy Scott put it up on his channel. Let me drop a link here if anyone wants to watch this. And then do me a favor, if you all watch this later, I want you to drop a comment that says, hey, Ken sent me over from the Blathering. I want to give Scott the promotion on this fun episode. It's so funny to see it. I haven't watched it with the sound on, because I'm cringe. I'm cringe. I just can't. That's kind of how I view myself right there. That's how I want to see myself. Anyways, blast from the past. Shout out to my buddy Scott. So there you go. That's what I was doing 13 years ago, kids. Doing some acting. Did it work? I don't know. All right. We got some calls lined up. Like I said, producer Steve's going to check in at the bottom of the hour, but I'm going to take this first call from, let me see if I can give me a thumbs up, Maddie, if you're good with camera. Okay. I want to see this guy's face. Call it in from what I think is Japan. You're going to have to maybe adjust yourself.
There we go.
What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be up or asleep? What time is it?
I've been up, dude. I've been up like 2 hours. I've already got to run in and just enjoying life. How are you, though? How are you?
I,
What's going on with you?
I'm okay. How is your travels? You've been in Thailand. Now you're in Japan for Star Wars Celebration. What part of Japan you in?
I'm in Tokyo right now. I haven't got to go to Osaka or Kyoto this trip, but
Okay.
next one I will. But right now, I'm in Tokyo, Shibuya to be exact. Just been going around and yeah, walking
I,
about. A
well,
lot of walking. A lot of walking.
yeah, everyone who's over there, I'm the FOMO's already hitting and already real of the wonderful photos from Nikki Kumar, Alex and Molly, all the shops they're going to, all the wonderful food. You've traveled to this region before, right?
Not Japan. I've been to Thailand, which
Okay.
the last week was very much needed, but also
Mm.
the amount of walking that I've been doing, getting my legs kicked in for a week straight, definitely didn't help. I probably should have planned that out a little better, but you're definitely missed, man. Like I haven't seen Alex and Molly and all those guys yet, but you're definitely missed. Your absence is definitely felt here.
Hey, I appreciate the kind words. What? You travel alone. This is what I noticed today. You are you alone on this trip?
No, I've
No.
got friends like my friend Hero is in
Okay.
the region. Like I like to have
I
friends
stand
in
correct.
the I like to have friends in the region that I'm traveling to. Like yourself, whenever I'm in LA, I always make sure that I message you to say, hey, let's do lunch, let's do
Yeah.
something. And yeah, I got a couple of friends from like the Japanese hardcore scene out here, just that I've been speaking to really since the MySpace days that I've never even met in
Wow.
person, that I've now actually met, and I'm going to their show this weekend, and it's been really cool.
Jared asks, Hero the singer?
No. He plays guitar in a band called Loyal to the Grave, Japanese hardcore band. Check them out if you're into
I love
hardcore
it.
music. They're legends in Tokyo, and it was really it's just cool to travel
What?
and meet people.
But you're a good traveler, right? Like you have the ability. Even when you come to little old Burbank, like you're just kind of like, yeah, no, you could leave me alone for a bit. Let's go have lunch. I'll just walk around and figure it out. Where do you get that calm and confidence to do that?
I don't know really. I've just always been that way. Like I'm naturally curious. If there's something around that I want to see, I'll go see it. Like I don't have to wait for people to be with me to want to go see something. Like I'll
Mm,
go to a show on my own. I'll go watch a movie on my own.
right,
Traveling is
right.
no different. Like I feel pretty safe. Like
Mm,
I'm confident in myself that I could keep myself safe, and like I know to keep out of bad areas.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
it's just
Good.
having that confidence to walk around by yourself, and make new friends. Like there's so
Make
many people in the world. Like
yeah.
talk to someone.
talk, talk to someone. There's advice from Maddie Gunner. Just talk to people. What is one thing you're looking forward to in terms of Star Wars Celebration on the Star Wars fan side, but just also on the friend side?
On the friend side, I'm looking forward to seeing just everyone, and that's the main thing. Like I was talking to some friends of mine that are going. I'm just looking forward to seeing people that I get to see once every year, every couple of
Mm,
years. On
mm.
the fan side, I didn't get into any of the panels, so I don't really care too much, if I'm honest. I mean, you've listened to Holy Snokes, you know how I
Yeah.
feel about announcements and news. I really don't give a monkey's uncle for that stuff.
You,
So
you're there for the friendship. Yeah. And
yeah,
the panel system, Reed Pop's panel system this year is just I couldn't believe it would be worse than last year, but it's horrible. Horrible.
I think I have a solution for it,
What's
but
that?
they don't pay me. They don't pay me at all, so I probably shouldn't give it out on the internet.
Oh,
Like,
okay. Oh,
ditch,
that's fair.
ditch the lottery system, ditch the thing. But
Yeah.
yeah,
The panels aren't everything, and I don't even think they got a ton of great panels this year. I mean, they have a lot of good ones. I want to be clear, but and you all should check out Scotty's if you can get into that one,
yeah,
which isn't on the
100%.
lottery system. But in terms of the big panels, just the amount of people that put a lot of time, effort, and money to get there, and they don't even get to sniff the panels. They don't get to go see them on the live stage where they used to broadcast them live, and they stopped doing that, I think, by Chicago because of advertisements and all that kind of stuff. The bullshit.
Sponsors and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
it's done. But like 100%, if you are there and you don't go to Scotty Jarrow's panel on midichlorians, you are 100% missing out. There's people that like I've heard talking about it, like Adam on the Thank the Maker podcast was saying how
Yeah.
that's a panel he's really interested in going to.
Yeah.
And Scott, he's a really he's an educator himself. He's super educated on the subject. Those are the kind of people I want to hear talk.
Yeah.
I love Tony Gilroy. I don't want to hear him talk about Andor season 2 when I'm going to be watching Andor season 2 next week. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to see the show for myself. I don't really care what they have to say about it when it's just going to be like pre-rehearsed answers.
Yeah.
Like, it's not
They're
really organic to me. Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, Scotty's panel is going to be great. I know what he's going to be covering there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So love it. All right. Before I let you go, Maddie, one piece of Japan travel advice for me already in your short time there. What's one piece of advice I need?
Try and talk to people in Japanese if you can. A lot of mannerisms, like if you walk up to someone and say, huh? Like that's confrontational to them. They really appreciate if you try, if you put in the effort, if you're like showing some level of respectful. Oh, that's another thing. Don't pull out your phone everywhere you go. Like watch where you're walking, because you'll notice like a lot of the locals, they'll like have their phone on public transport, phones away. Like you're looking.
Right.
Situational awareness. Just be kind, be respectful. Just
don't be American.
Don't be, anywhere west of anywhere around here.
I feel it. There you go, folks. Travel tips, impromptu travel tips from Maddie. Enjoy the Japanese hardcore metal scene while you're there. I can't wait for your report back. Thanks for calling in and checking in, buddy.
Love you, babe. Good to see you.
All right. Love you too, Maddie Gunner. Maddie Gunner, check it in there. What a unexpected drop in on that. Bottom of the hour, we have got Steve, and we're going to set the table for the Elite Eight. But right now, I'm going to ask her directly. I'm going to ask her directly if what she prefers. Addie's on the phone. 60 Seconds of Science coming Thursday. But Addie, professor, doctor, professor, what do you go with?
I tend to go with doctor, because I do have a doctorate. Although I did appreciate Telly, she christened me the chief science officer, and I think I'm going to just start using that from now on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, you are you are the Blathering chief science officer. We need to get you a uniform. Maybe a pendant, maybe an insignia. That'd be great.
I like it.
That'd be great. What's on your mind tonight? Yeah, you got an open forum. No science needed. You get to explore other aspects of your personality here tonight, or you can go full science. I don't care.
No, we'll save the science for Thursday. I'm currently half in the blathering and half watching baseball. So
the Rays down. What's going on?
The Rays are down tonight. I promised Jared so I don't know if you saw this, but we beat Boston 16-1 last night.
I did see that.
But I promised Jared we won't score again for like 3 weeks. So both you and T are in luck. So
yeah. Oh yeah. Yankees coming up. Yeah. I love teams that do that. That do the whole score in bunches. It's like a video game. The algorithm of the video game hits, and then they're done for a couple weeks.
Yeah. I'm glad we're gonna do science on Thursday, though. I wasn't sure if you were gonna talk to me for 3 days.
Why? Because the Yankees or Oh no, I don't. If I still talk to Jared after the Red Sox thing, like, come on. After 2004, if I acknowledge anyone from Boston, yeah, no, we're okay. We're okay. No, but the Yankees and the Rays do have a pretty heated rivalry that's emerged over the last couple of years. I think it's an underrated rivalry. They hate each other.
Oh, no offense, Ken. I hate the Yankees, and I hate most Yankees fans.
That's fair.
I refer to them as the New York Bankies.
The New York, because of the money? Because the money thing?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. I get you. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. The devil's still in the Rays, it seems.
I don't care if Fenway holds more fans, Jared.
Yeah, well,
I was very insulted last night. So I'm being forced to watch this game on the Red Sox feed because I live in New England and I can't watch it on MLB because it's blacked out.
Right.
So I had to get a free trial of something that carried the New England Sports Network so that I could watch this game.
Yeah.
And last night they were making very disparaging comments about the fact that it was a sold out crowd of 10,000 whatever Steinbrenner holds, and that the Trop didn't even see 10,000 people a game.
What, just in terms of attendance?
Yeah, which is not true. The average attendance at Tropicana Field was over 16,000 last year. And
What's Fenway at these days? 32?
Jared, it's not my fault that Tropicana Field doesn't hold 32,000 people. It's one of the smallest major league stadiums that there is.
See, all right, Fenway's at 37,000, and 22,000 of those are ghosts from 1912. Vermont Mike has a good question. The Rays aren't moved to blank city yet? Yeah. What city we moving the Rays to? Where do you want them to go?
I don't want them to go anywhere.
Nah, they're going to have to go somewhere. Where?
Why?
Montreal? Nashville?
Why?
How about the Nashville Rays?
Why do they have to go anywhere, Ken?
We don't look. We don't need them. Tampa Bay is. Come on. We moved the A's to nowhere. We literally made the A's homeless. Where can we move the Rays? Is it Nashville? The answer is Nashville, right? No.
This call might be over.
Oklahoma City? Nah, that's too small. That's smaller than Tampa Bay. Good Italian restaurant there. All right, we'll work on it. I'll give you 4 cities. Vermont Mike wants Montreal. You want Montreal Rays? It's closer to you. Closer to you?
No. First
Jared's...
of all, I'm not going to Canada. They might not let me back in.
That's true.
Second of all, Tampa Bay is fine. Rename them the St. Pete Rays. I don't care.
I don't know if that helps.
They play in St. Pete. That's always been the conundrum.
Yeah, well, the Anaheim Angels play in Anaheim, not Los Angeles. Charlotte, Charlotte's a good city. Charlotte, North Carolina. I think, yeah. Montana. Vermont Mike wants to send you to Evansville, Indiana with Don Mattingly.
They don't need to move.
When do they get a new stadium? When's the new stadium coming?
They're not. They're going to repair Tropicana Field.
See, even worse. There was a parking lot with a roof over it. All right. I see the problem here.
It's beautiful, and it has its own rules. And because of that, Tampa is one of the only teams in baseball who does better on the road than they do at home.
There you go. Just make them a permanent road team. They kind of are.
That's basically what we're doing this season. They've front-loaded their home games to avoid the rain in Tampa.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Not what I wanted to talk about, but this.
What did you want to talk about? What did you want to talk about? I'll give you the question.
So, two things. First is a statement, and the second is a question.
Okay.
First and foremost, I have good news to share with the Blathering community.
Oh.
I was awarded one of 2 fellowships at my college for the upcoming year to do my research.
Well.
Much good news.
Okay.
No, we are not moving to North Dakota, JMB. Secondly, I'm curious if you have... Y'all are making me real mad. I'm curious, as a fellow sports fan, do you have any superstitions around watching your teams?
Not as much anymore because I'm when in terms of the Yankees, I'll catch an inning here or there, but it used to be, I wouldn't say superstitions. I'd keep stats, and so I'd focus on that. But I always felt if the game was already started, I should maybe not tune in if they were ahead. This is back in the day.
Okay.
Because if I tuned in, bad things would happen. It kind of still happens with the Dolphins. So if they're up 17-3 at the end of the second quarter, I might not really pay attention to the third quarter, but not out of superstition, but just out of that feeling of they're going to blow this. So I don't even want to be connected. I'm going to disassociate, and often I'm right.
Okay.
You?
Not really. Sometimes, but some. I say not really, but sometimes yes. As recently as like this weekend, on Friday night, I wore my Rays hat to an event I went to because I needed a blue baseball hat. Mm-hmm. And they won against the Braves, which isn't a lot to brag about. And then
not this year, but yeah.
No. But then I wore it again on Saturday when they played, and they won again. So I was like,
gotta keep it on.
Gotta keep it on. I did not wear it last night though when they scored 16 runs. So.
Oh, well then keep it off.
Yeah.
Just like Jared in his shirts. He doesn't wear a shirt to the Red Sox win again. This is a fact. All right. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I wouldn't get too superstitious, but you have your routines. When I watched Monday Night Football with the Dolphins back in the day in the '90s, little things here and there, make sure my dog's near me, page of stats I'd keep for reasons I don't know why. I thought I was going to maybe be a baseball or football statistician growing up. That lasted about 2 months, but yeah.
I have to agree with you though. Sometimes I get on a thing where like if I don't watch them for a few days and they win for a few days, I'm like, maybe I should stop watching these games because they do better when I don't watch. Like,
just back away. Just back away. That's what I feel.
It's a strange. Our brains are strange places.
I think that should be the title of your book. That should be. Our brains are strange places inside the human mind and the failings there within. Addie, I'm going to get to Jared here so I can see what he thinks about the Tampa Bay Rays moving to Nashville. But we're geared up for 60 Seconds of Science. Hopeful science, right? We got to find some hopeful science.
I've been trying really hard the past few weeks to find just hopeful science, Ken, and I hope to be able to continue the streak this week. To be perfectly honest, I haven't even looked to see what the science news is yet this week.
Same. But I trust. All right, Dr. Addy, Professor of all smart things around here, and our resident science officer here on the flight deck. Thanks for calling in.
Of course, Ken. Back to baseball.
Back to baseball she goes, watching those Rays. Jared, the Time Pilot, says more space news, but let's get Jared in here. Jared, where would you like to see Tampa Bay go? Charlotte, Nashville, Montreal, Vermont?
The Boise Potato Rays.
All the way to Boise. We're taking them from Tampa, St. Pete to Boise. I love it. Let's still have them play in the American League East.
Of course. You know, gotta make sure. Yeah, but
do you have any superstitions as a sports fan when you watch your team?
No, not really. I just, anger usually.
Yeah, just a slow step. The Boise Spuds says Vermont Mike. I can get behind that. Absolutely love it. What's on your mind tonight, buddy, as we look towards producer Steve at the bottom of the hour?
So actually, it's a fun thing saying the word producer. So was driving around with my mother in her car the other day, and she has...
Wait, time out. Did you just say car?
Yes, of course. It's how it's spelled. Get over it. So she's got her Sirius XM radio on the 60s channel.
Okay.
And they'll have the DJs will do little sports, but what I notice is, and then I started to think about it more, you always heard about the producers and the behind the scenes of the songs and the bands. The artist was completely a secondary afterthought. And then you start thinking about, that was like the thing, like you wanted to work with producers back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't see that as, maybe I'm just not plugged in enough or whatnot, but I don't know if that's a thing anymore as much. Like, is the producer at the scale it was in the 50s and 60s dead, or is it just changed?
I think it's changed slightly. I would love to have someone a little bit more in the know in the record industry on that side of things. But I would ask you as a musician, and in a band, like, you probably want to have a hand in producing your own stuff, or, you be in there. I think a lot of people are more aware, more self-produced. But I still think there's those uber producers. Everyone might toss up Rick Rubin's name, and I think that would definitely count. But he's not as powerful. He's powerful, but, I think there's cracks in the Teflon finally with who he is as a person, and some stuff recently that's come out. But I don't know, Mark Ronson, who's worked with so many people, and Gaga comes to mind with the Joanne album. She always talks about working with producer Blood Pop. I think there's a lot of names out there that do exist in that category. I think what's changed is it's more of a collaboration. If Mark Ronson and Lady Gaga are working together, as they did, and it's featured in the 5'2" doc. It's a partnership more than anything, and with her having obviously final say. I think what you're talking about back in the day, Lou Adler, Phil Spector, George Martin. At some point, the Beatles become more powerful than George Martin, so to speak, Sir George Martin. Let's get that right. But I think that they were in definitely more control of the artists, and I think that started to crack, and we realized we didn't want that. Because then you got nutballs like Phil Spector shooting guns off in the studio. And even though the stories always were fun back in the day, we later learned maybe not so much Maybe not so much. I think that I don't know if anyone has a thought on that. Yeah, Jack Antonoff. Jack Antonoff's great. His band, his project Bleachers, is one of my favorite. I say band, it's him, but it's great stuff. So, anyways, Jared, I don't know. You're in a band. Concept of a Plan. What do you think?
I mean, I've been a gigging musician for 20 years now, and I've just never been in that big of a spot. Like I haven't worked with a producer. I've worked with just engineers, basically.
Yeah.
The guy who makes you sound good kind of thing. But I think you hit the nail on the head when you're like, what was in my head more is, I think it's the over in control. Like, this is the song you're going to sing. I wrote the lyrics. Here's the music. You just do it kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's Phil Spector's relationship with Ronnie Spector, right? It's like you're a tool for my genius, and we let that lie. We let that lie for a long time. It's the troubled asshole genius syndrome that we let slide in a lot of industries until a couple years ago. That is, to me, I look at when the Me Too movement explodes like it did, and thankfully, at least attempted to take down some of the monsters in terms of sex crimes and sex pests and out and out the R word that I don't want to say for YouTube to jump into my stream here, but it also kind of destroyed the myth of the troubled asshole genius creative boss that we all allowed to scream and throw things and we tell stories like that producer, like the one that Tom Cruise's character is based off of in Tropic Thunder, very real, very a friend that worked for him, and all that stuff's true, and that was just allowed. So I think it's the same thing. And we don't want anyone pulling a gun on you in the studio, Jared. We want you to pull the gun.
Oh well, things escalated quickly.
They did, as they would with Phil Spector. There you go. Great question. Thoughtful question. But I admit, Jared, I caused a problem. Everyone's still stuck on Park the Car.
Well, listen. You just do, all right? And sometimes sometimes the accent comes out a little heavier than you want, especially when brown liquor is involved.
I bet you're a Boston townie when you get drunk, right? Yeah. But I love pointing it out, but it's never for making fun point of. I am obsessed with our tongues, just the way they go. I always say, look, I have an American tongue, but also have a Californian tongue. And it was fun. My dad being born in Graz, Austria, but of Russian, Ukrainian, Circassian descent, being raised in Fort Dodge, Iowa, and the Midwest kind of, instead of saying CD like a compact disc, he'd say CD, and we'd be like, Dad, it's not up, it's down. It's. But he was right, we were right. It was so Park the Car. The Bostonian accent is an all timer, which is why we're all obsessed with it.
It is. It's a sexy accent. I don't care.
I didn't go that far. I didn't go that far.
I did.
Jared.
I will totally go that far.
Fair enough.
Preview for Thursday, we have incoming my most hated bloody villain in the series, the High Sparrow. God, I hate that man.
Can't wait to talk to High Sparrow. Jonathan Pryce doing some of the best acting in the series, and you're not alone. He angers so many people on so many levels.
God.
Both in story, where you're like, oh, but also some people are like, I just can't watch this guy. I just can't watch this. Love that. Jared, thanks for calling in, buddy. We'll be ready.
All right. Stay safe, brother.
I will. Jared there. And then we got Sean McCabe in chat saying American linguistics is wild. And, when Sean calls in, we're all like, oh, there he is, a New Yorker calling in there. That's not even a New York accent. I don't know. There you go. There you go. Let's do it here. Let's get ready for the Elite Eight. Producer Steve is here. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Ken, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Doing all right. Just joining now. Had to do bedtime, so I just caught the end of Addie's call, and that's where I'm catching up. So
yeah, okay. Well, if you caught the end of Addie's call, she said, I do agree. I think the Tampa Bay market can't sustain Major League Baseball, and we should move them to Nashville, Montreal, or Charlotte. That's clearly what she was saying. The
She's
subtext.
finally on board. Okay, I'm glad that we finally got to that place. It's been a while. I know she was kind of
Yeah.
resisting, but
Yeah,
Addie, I'm
that's-
glad you finally seen the light.
Yeah. Quick check of the poll, Steve, before we get into it. I forgot to do this today. I put the poll favorite birthday celebration. My birthday is Saturday. I still might do a stream. I might do an hour of power stream. We'll figure that out. Flexible. Keep your head on swivels out there if you're Blathering fans. Big party at home. Take over a bar. Theme park / destination, or the leader in the clubhouse right now, Steve, fast food drive-through alone. 39% of the votes, of the 28 votes. What does that say about our audience?
That tells me people need to call in more so we can talk some of this out, because I feel bad if that many of you are opting for the fast food. Look, there's nothing wrong with that, like in a pinch,
Right.
but don't get out. Come on, folks. Celebrate your birthday.
Celebrate. Laserwell says my birthday yesterday. I ate cake and filet mignon all day, and he was in the Wangers chat. He celebrated his birthday in the Wangers chat room. Was on there. Yeah. This year, I'm not having a big party at home. I'm not taking over a bar, and definitely not going to theme park. But I'm trying to find something between fast food drive-through alone and humans. I'm trying to find the balance because I want to just do fast food alone.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's okay. You could do fast food alone, like early in the day, like by yourself, maybe before you hang out and enjoy time with people. You can just have kind of some of your own alone time and do whatever wallowing you have to do, and then put it on and have fun in the evening.
Okay. Yeah, okay, you give me help. You give me up. All right, we got the Elite Eight coming this Thursday. The Blather Bracket has been very successful, bringing in a lot of folks to watch the show. So we got the Elite Eight, want to preview. You got the results from the Sweet 16.
We sure do, and man, there were some more upsets. It is wild out there. So the last few weeks it's going to be tough.
I was surprised. Well, again, we're splitting hairs on these votes. These are all great scenes. Let's do it. Where do you want to go with the results? You tell me.
Let's go. We can go right down in order. I've got. We can just go right through the graphics. I think Star Trek was first on the list.
Okay, so Star Trek coming in here.
Here
This was our last chance for big ups, like a Cinderella story, and it did not happen.
Right, and this was Star Trek has been pretty chalky, as the nerds say, throughout. We had the 12 and the 13 kind of make their run. But here we go. In the end, the 1 seed prevails. Spock's death from Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, finally takes out Spock's Vulcan nerve pinch on the punk from Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. But I mean, Spock's death is that's seminal moment. It's number 1 seed for a reason.
Yeah, it is. It is the number 1 seed for a reason. It is effective. It's one that even as a Star Wars first fan, this was something that lingered in my soul for a long time too. So, and I'm still going to work on getting Kirk Thatcher, the punk from that scene, who worked with Leonard Nimoy, worked on the Muppets, worked at ILM, and he's just an amazing character. But this was quite a run for Spock's Vulcan nerve pinch on the punk.
Hell of a run. The Elite Eight for 12 seed. You can recruit on that in the game. So yeah, definitely something to be proud of.
You can recruit. Star Trek's recruiting is going to go up. Laserwell says, "I guess I can get behind Spock's death." There you go. All right. Next in Star Trek, we got some classics. We got classics.
Like we said, the chalk prevailed in Star Trek. The 2 seed is your other big winner from the Sweet 16. Khan from the Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, and the very fun face of Shatner there. Beat out the 11 seed. There be Whales here, the fan favorite from Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. That was probably my favorite Star Trek one in the bracket. But yeah, we have Khan against Spock's death going up in the next round. But this was Jared's disappointed. Yeah, but this one wasn't too much of a surprise.
Yeah, Dave Mackay points out it's a Wrath of Khan sweep, and we're setting up 2 classic seeds, the 1 and the 2. This is kind of what it comes down to. All right, let's go on the next one here. What do we got? I don't have your list in front of me. Star Wars.
I believe next is I think Star Wars is last. I believe next is Lord of the Rings. Let's see how good. Let's see how much I remember.
Of the Rings.
Hey.
Ooh, here we go. The 10 and the 3.
The 10 and the 3. So not quite the 1 and the 2 seed. Those were some of our big upsets in the Lord of the Rings early. But yeah, we have the 10 seed here. There's some good in the world. Mr. Frodo from the 2 Towers went down to number 3. You bow to no one from the Return of the King. The 3 seed is your winner.
You know what? I kind of like that. Svetnik's disappointed. Svetnik is disappointed. I kind of like this though. You Bow to No One is a tear inducer. It's a tear jerker. The other one's inspirational, and it's fitting for the times. But I think in a classic sense, You Bow to No One, I think it's the one. All right.
Like, I classically remember watching that for the first time with people, and then them all getting up thinking the movie was over, and be like, "Oh no, folks, we have like an hour left. We're not."
We got appendices. We've got appendices. All right, next up here, the next two matches, next two scenes in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, a couple of Cinderellas, kind of, strong seeds, but not top four. The 5 seed, I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you from Return of the King against the number 8 seed, the lighting of the beacons from Return of the King, and the number 5 seed goes to the regional finals. I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you.
That's good. That's good. Look, the lighting of the beacons, I little bit of a Cinderella story. I agree with it getting this far. Love the lighting of the beacons. It is all about, and Rohan shall answer, but I mean, come on. Sam and Frodo, this is the heart of the relationship. This is the heart of the series. Without Sam, we don't get a victory. This is a big scene.
This is a big scene. This was kind of a weird upset for a 5 over 8. The 8 took down the 1 seed. The 8 took down the Ride of the Rohirrim. I mean, that was one of the big seeds in the whole tournament. So
yes,
I was surprised at this one. And this was one of the ones where we had some really close matchups. This was a close one.
Close one indeed. And here's the thing. Sam is the MVP of the tournament, so Blizzard. I don't like to have our audience disappointed, our community disappointed, but I also secretly, Steve, love the disappointment because that means we're doing something right here with the Blather bracket.
It means we're doing something right. It means we got some of the matchups right, the drama, the intrigue. And that just means if Addy wants to represent this Lord of the Rings category, she's going to have to dig deep for one of these scenes.
That's true. That's true. All right, looking at MCU coming in here now with, we got some Avengers in action here.
A huge upset, in my opinion. I think some people are going to be happy to see this go down in the MCU. I Am Iron Man from Avengers Endgame, the number 1 seed in the MCU, goes down to the number 4 seed, the Battle of New York from the Avengers.
Okay. See, again, I don't have the big dog in the MCU fight, but is this? I mean, Endgame is Endgame, and I saw it in theater. I saw it at a press screening, and people were crying, it's a cynical bunch. The Battle of New York, this is 2012 stuff. Do you think there's a little bit of nostalgia at play here with the MCU, which is weird to say? 12 years on, 14 years, 13 years on. What do you read into this?
I think there's a hint of that, but honestly, I think when we look back and we look at the MCU journey as a package, if we just assume it ends at Endgame for the purposes of this kind of tournament and what we're looking at here, if we think of Endgame as the climax to this story, this was the Battle of New York, the first Avengers movie. That was an event, man. That's what made the MCU click and become a phenomenon for the next 10 years because they did it. They pulled it off. And the I Am Iron Man at the end of Avengers Endgame is really the kind of the bow on the end of it. But the Battle of New York, the OG Avengers movie, that was them proving, holy hell, they could do this. Like this is, that we can make a cinematic universe a thing.
And Vermont Mike is going to bring a lawsuit against us for voter fraud on this one. He's going to check the machines.
I don't get paid enough for lawyers for Vermont Mike, so sorry, man.
So big upset there. Battle of New York over I Am Iron Man, but maybe it was just right. But second graphic here in the MCU. This was a 3 and a 2. And technically an upset.
Technically an upset, but a huge seminal moment. The Portals, Avengers assemble from Avengers Endgame, takes out the number 2 seed, the Snap from Infinity War. I mean, the Portals, this was one of those cheer, laugh, cry scenes in the movies that, we were waiting 19, 20 movies to see, and it finally happened.
I think that's part of the reason I think that's why it slides for me. It is the culmination of that era, and that's not a comment on what's gone on since. I'm positive on all the stuff too, but there you go. But Jared said it. The snap ending was bleeping metal. So there you go. And Svetnik hits on what this battle's going to be in the regional finals. Makes sense. This is a spiritual successor to the Battle of New York, so it is going to be the spirit of 2 big scenes. All right,
love that.
Star Wars here. We've got an upset here, technically in terms of seeding, but I kind of get it. I can't even remember what I voted because I voted for I Am a Jedi Like My Father Before Me all the way up till maybe this round because the Binary Sunset is the shot in Star Wars for me. What do you make of this?
Ken, this is one of the biggest upsets seeding wise and just impact wise in the tournament. You're right. As far as seeing strength, I mean, it's tough to seed all these. They're all really hard to seed, folks. But Binary Sunset had the argument for being the #1 overall seed in the tournament. Just overall, just it is Star Wars. It is the journey. It is everything that we talk about. So that's why it was the #1 seed. But like we kind of talked about with the Avengers, the beginning and the end, I Am a Jedi Like My Father Before Me. That was the bow on that trilogy, really. And that was, so you get it. You know what I mean? It means they pulled it off. They stuck the landing. So I can see why it won, but this was definitely an upset. This was one of our closest races, by the way. This was razor thin margin.
This is great. Vermont Mike's looking at hanging chads. He's going to Florida. He's going to Florida for this one. All right, and the final one here in the Star Wars. This isn't about the prequels. This is a 2 and a 3.
Yep.
We have No I Am Your Father from Empire Strikes Back. That is the scene known universally. There's aliens that I don't believe in on other planets who know that scene. Duel of the Fates, which is a bigger sequence. You got the music, which is some of the best music in Star Wars. You got a fight. You got the prequel generation going strong here. This is an upset, Steve, but I understand it, but it's still shocking to me.
I thought this was a shock. I mean, if anything from the prequels was going to prevail, it was going to be Duel of the Fates. So we had a few things from prequel representation here. The original trilogy is tough to, like I said, it's hard to see these things over 9 movies, but I was happy to see the Duel of the Fates make it all the way. As someone who appreciates the prequels, I was really happy to see them make it here. But over No I Am Your Father, I Vegas didn't have this one, Ken.
Vegas didn't have this one. No, I agree with you on that one. But I agree with David Mackay that the prequels represented here is going to be fun. So now the bracket will be what do we got? Updated, unveiled Thursday, right?
Thursday will be the Elite 8 is when we will start voting on that. So that'll be pretty awesome. Those are the regional finals. So those are the scenes that will represent each universe in the Fantastic Four, as we're calling it.
Yeah, we've settled on the Fantastic Four until that trademark gets.
That's definitely not taken. No, I looked that up, Ken. No one's taken that yet, so we're good.
Okay. Just maybe Marvel will come after us at another point, but we're going with Fantastic Four. So Thursday we get these 4 regions, 1 battle in each, and then we got the finals, right?
Then we have the finals. So just 2 more rounds of voting left. It's going to get really tough. So let's. We have the 8, the 4, and then the championship. So that'll be the last.
Excuse me. Yeah. That's the last. That's the last. Okay. Ooh. All right. That's Roger. Qui-Gon, the only recorded death by lightsaber. True. Thank you, Disney Plus. I don't even know what to say. That is. This has been big. I'm going to clip these all together one day, so we'll have the entire story easy to access, but been a fun journey.
Thank you to everyone who's voted. I really appreciate all the engagement over the weekend. People have been sharing the stuff on Blue Sky and in Discord, so thank you so much for that.
I got to thank you all, and getting in the Discord via Patreon at any level, I'll get you in there. But it was fun. I checked in today, and there was you had asked, there was a voting, there was a tie, and maybe you needed it broken. But I haven't seen that many active messages in the Discord in a while, and it used to be a hopping Discord, and I let it slide. I didn't tend the garden, but we're here. You guys are great. I really appreciate it.
Oh, it's awesome. It's a great community. So definitely a great incentive in there for supporting the show and everything. But so thanks again with everything with the bracket. So this has been great. We're going to have a lot of fun with the next few rounds here on Thursday and then moving on. But I got some sports here on the way to go out if you want.
Okay. And, let's do it.
We're all good. My glasses are so foggy. I can't see a damn.
Yeah, you're taking your glasses off there. I thought you were showing us how to be a sweltering heartthrob, but
it's
just hot.
Being, I'm single dadding it tonight, for now, and so I'm hot. I'm moving around a lot. It's warm in here. It's springtime, so with that.
Here's our theme song from Lauren Romo. Sports. All right, what's on the docket?
Here we go. Sports, 16 seconds of sports. In golf, Rory McIlroy wins his first Masters in one of the great major finishes in golf in recent memory. In basketball, Paige Beckers, the NCAA tournament winning UConn star, is selected number 1 overall in the WNBA draft by the Dallas Wings. The NBA playoffs kick off tonight with the play-in games. Brady's Lakers play the Timberwolves on Saturday. And the NFL, Heisman Trophy winner and upcoming first-round pick Travis Hunter says he would rather quit football than not play both wide receiver and cornerback. And your Miami Dolphins are in absolute shambles. Tyreek is in the news again. They are actively seeking to trade Jalen Ramsey. And I want to know, when you have time, is it time to blow it up with McDaniel, or do you want to, give him another year or fire him, or what are we going to do? Are we going to fire him next year when it's inevitable, or do you want to give him a chance at a rebuild?
One more year. One more year. I am disappointed in the Jalen Ramsey news. The Tyreek stuff, there was an incident. I was watching a full report on it. That's all I'll say. I have kind of zero tolerance for domestic violence folks in sports, but Tyreek's already violated that anyways in the past, so I'm ready to cut ties with him. Another team can take that man if they'd like. But one more year with McDaniel. I don't have a lot of faith in it, Steve. But yeah, I don't want them to draft a quarterback. I want them to finish strong with what they got. Let the next regime draft their quarterback of choice, and Tua will be in, I don't know, Detroit. Enjoy him, Laser Bolt.
Maybe you could put together a nifty little package with Tyreek and Jalen Ramsey for a haul if in time for the draft next week.
Yeah.
That would be. But the problem is Tyreek Hill makes a lot of money.
A lot of money.
A very tradable contract.
Yeah. What do you got to get to that June 1st date to lower some of the costs against the cap? So
which is tough,
not looking good.
The draft is next week, next Thursday.
It is. Oh, we'll be live. Huh?
Ooh, maybe we'll do a little. Let's talk, Ken. Maybe we'll do a little draft special action. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, we'll figure
3 days of it, so we don't have to do it Thursday. We could be the show that does the big draft extravaganza, not on Thursday.
Good, but we'll be live during the first round. It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
The Rory McIlroy thing is great. I know he finally won, but I texted Mark Ellis and Josh McCouga. I said, I know who won the Masters. What do I do with this knowledge? And they both were crying. They both were texting me that they were crying. They were so into it, so into the story. And that's one of the things with sports, man, that we talked about before. We talked about it on Anytime with Ken and Alden, just the characters of sports, the stories of sports. I know everyone, even though in my audience right now, listening and watching, aren't sports fans, and I would never try to force you to watch sports, but the story of a guy like Rory finally getting this, final big prize, it pulled in a lot of people.
It's huge. I mean, I'm a huge golf guy. I love golf. It's one of the ways I connect with my family. And so it is an emotional sport. So it was very much getting the monkey off his back for Rory just to win the Masters. I mean, if you're a golfer, this is the tournament you want to win. For the folks who are not, golf adjacent or into sports, if you ask any professional golfer, if they could win one tournament, 99% of the time, they're going to tell you they want to win this one. So that was huge for Rory. And this is the last one. He's completed what's called the career Grand Slam. So he's now won every major, which is a big deal. So it was really cool. It was a great moment. And I love big moments in sports. This is one of those Masters moments that we'll see on CBS for the next 20 years that they replay, for every Masters, just one of the highlights along with Tiger and Phil and all those guys.
I completed the career Grand Slam of getting laid off of all 4 of the biggest nerd channels in the business. It was wonderful.
I thought that was going to be a Denny's joke. Yours is a little more sad.
Yeah. Thank you. Screen Junkies, Collider, New Rock Stars fandom. Yep. Grand Slam. Grand Slam. All right, Steve, thank you. Thursday, we got a big show. Big show. Thank you so much, Ken. I appreciate it. Talk to you Thursday. All right. Steve, producer Steve's the hero there. Sean McCabe asked in chat, did you see Ellis's Thunderbolts interview? I did. Not only did I see it, I had lunch with Mark right after he filmed the interview. And I got to tell you, folks, there's a slight chance that there's some heat between him and Florence Pugh. That's all I'm going to say. You can tell Mark Ellis I said that. There's some heat. They were sitting next to each other. She talked to him. She asked him questions. Florence Pugh looked into Mark Ellis's eyes. And I'm going to be honest, I've been friends with Mark for 20 years. I don't know if he's been the same person. I don't know if he's recovered from that incident. I don't know. All right. A couple more minutes. If anyone wants to call in, now is the time. How do you call in? You know how you can call in, but just in case you don't, become a channel member here on YouTube. You can become a channel member and get to see the video version of a Monday morning show, get to call in, perhaps other perks coming. On the Patreon side, you can jump on in, get in that Discord. You can get the call-in links. You can get a Monday morning show. You can get Pop Rocket Radio. I've taken the last 2 weeks off, but I got a playlist ready to go. We got new music for the Beaches. Excited for that. New music from Fitz and the Tantrums, who I always try to call Fitz and the Tauntauns, and I think that should also be a band name. And I think they should open up for Jared's band as well. But all that stuff's coming all through the Patreon page, patreon.com/catnapsuck. And I will be announcing kind of this stand-up comedy special tier that more information will be on that soon. But, I'm also celebrating my birthday and kind of, trying to get through life. So bear with me. Bear with me indeed. So there you go. JMB, Florence B over Julia Roberts. I mean, you don't have to choose. Good, all right. If you guys, a few minutes to call in if you want. I'll take any questions. We got a Tully says incredible jealousy got to be in the same room as Florence Pugh. I'm not lying. Mark has not recovered from the incident, and I don't know if I would either. I don't know if I would either. The top of the show, if you just joined me though, top of the show I mentioned this. This is a web series I was in, but this was a lost episode. My friend Scott has found this lost episode. You can watch it, and I would love for anyone to check it out and watch the episode, leave it a like, and then leave a comment saying that, hey, you saw this on the Blathering with Ken. A lot of fun doing that. 13 years ago, we put that together. What's funny is in one of the episodes that is somewhere on the internet, I don't know where, I think the YouTube channel still exists, but this is Scott's own personal channel right now. We did a Ghost Adventures parody, and I didn't fully understand what I was doing. They were just like, wear these like disgusting Hot Topic kind of beads, and we're going to put a spiked hair wig on you, and you're going to be like a bro searching for ghosts. I didn't know that years later I'd become a big fan of the show. So there it is. There it is. Yeah, thank you all for tuning in here on a special Tuesday night. We're normally Mondays, Thursdays, Saturdays. Still open up. I'm still trying to figure out the Saturday birthday thing. I might have an hour. If I'm sitting there playing Fortnite on a birthday, I might as well do a birthday stream, at least for an hour. But we're not done quite yet. If you want to call in, I'll be here for another 10 minutes. But right now, we got, speaking of accents, we got Sean checking in. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good, pal. How's everything on your end?
Yeah, we're fighting through it, and that's sometimes all we can do, and I'm happy to be doing it,
I listened to your Monday thing this morning, and I gotta say, I appreciate everything you're doing, man. And we're on this road together, brother. There might be some ups and downs, but we are never truly alone.
I appreciate that.
Thank you for that, man.
And I'm here with all of you. This is truly a strong community, and it's only growing. And I'm glad you're here too. You've been here listening, watching, supporting for years, but to have you calling into the Blathering now regularly has been absolutely fun, especially after getting to hug you in New York.
Here's my quick question for you.
Yep.
Definitely would have opened, done the bar thing for the birthday back in the day when I could handle it. I'm much more of a house guy now.
Yes.
But if you could take over one bar, which one would it be?
So the bar I used to love taking over is no longer there. It was called Timmy Nolan's Pub. It was a really honest-to-God Irish pub in Toluca Lake. They used to have on the menu Ruthie's shepherd pie, and one of the bartenders, Ruth, was from Ireland, and it was her family recipe. It also had the best Mexican food in town, which was a testament to the cooks there. They're these off-menu rolled tacos, some of my favorite things. But we used to do it over. In fact, a lot of my birthday parties, I was going through Facebook memories recently, and like my 36th and 38th birthday, a lot of them there. Used to love it, but it's gone. It went out of business. So I have to find a new spot. But there were some great spots in New York. I love taking over. I don't know. Were you any of those schmoes ones? There's a place around the corner, like 4th Street from the Comedy Club, that we went up to. It was a great spot. We all took over the back many times in the Schmodown days.
No, I didn't make it to one of those, but I could think of any number of bars that it would have been.
Yeah, that's yeah. But yeah, what do you like to do when you take over a bar? Do you like to do the reservations, or you just like to have people trickle in and take it all over?
Yeah, you know what? Usually, I mean, like for the birthday sense, it'd be the neighborhood bar here. So, like, it's everybody I've grown up with for the past 42 years.
Nice.
Other than that, like, I mean, McSorley's in Manhattan, Marty O'Brien's back in the day. It's just, you go into any place that's all cops and firemen, and you're bound to run into people you know.
I love that feeling. Yeah, and yeah, there was a time that's the thing too that the thing I loved about going to Timmy Nolan's pub was I wasn't a regular bar. I didn't drink alcohol. I was 26. My parents, particularly my mom, kind of drilled it in me that bars are a place of sin. Don't walk into them. So I finally started to break the ice and go into them. But it was friends of mine, and it was a regular spot. It is exactly what you're talking about. It wasn't about the drinks or even the food. It was walking in and just going, hey, to someone you see every couple weeks at a bar, but having heartfelt moments, connections. I love that, and I kind of miss that. I don't have that anymore.
Yeah, and I mean that's exactly what a traditional Irish pub is. It's that public house of just the community coming together and relaxing after a long week at work and just being together.
Yeah, as Eddie says in chat, Norm. Yeah, and Timmy Nolan's was fascinating because it was regular schmoes who had been going there for 40 years. It was stunt people. It was Kirsten Dunst and Jesse Plemons, Keanu Reeves regularly, Jim Mora, the New Orleans Saints coach, would hang out there.
On.
And everyone was equal. You know what I mean? Everyone was equal. That was there. A lot of fun. A lot of it. Sean, thanks for calling in, buddy. Can't wait to get out to New York, and then we will toss a few back in New York.
Soon enough, brother. All the best to you. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Sean. Checking in. Love that there. Kate Van D is here and says family member is going to be traveling and flying next week. I wish I felt better about it, but fear is the mind killer, so I'm looking for positivity. Kate, yeah, I can never any words come off as cold comfort, right? But we're all sending positive thoughts out to you, and travel is tense right now. I get it. As someone who flies a lot and flies regularly, we all have those stats to say don't worry about it. But instead of focusing on the worry, let's focus on pick a moment a day later. Pick a moment where a day after their arrival, they'll be here, safe with you, having a good time, connecting, and focus on that. That's the finish line, not the day before when they're traveling out. All right, that's the only thing I can offer. And just also know that you're in a good spot here. This is the Irish pub of the internet. Is that a marketing? Is that a marketing bumper sticker? I don't know. Welcome to the virtual Irish pub. Tully asked a question. Who was my video co-star? She looks like Janine Garofalo. Yeah, I can see from that picture. Her name is Caitlin Rose Williams. An actor in LA still. She might have moved. She actually also was battling cancer. Doing good with that. I just saw an update on Facebook the other day. Really wonderful actor, very talented, and was very fun to work with. We had worked on a bunch of episodes and before, but this was our first time kind of one-on-one in a lot of scenes, and she was great. So Caitlin Rose Williams was her name there. So there you go. All right, I'm almost out of here. I got to actually go to a little dinner, hang out with a friend tonight. So you all find someone in your life to go hang out with virtually. Do it tomorrow. Go ahead and find your local pub or just send a positive word to someone in your life. Appreciate you all hanging out with me here today on the special edition of The Blathering. We will be back, like I said, Thursday for the big Elite 8. That's going to be a lot of fun. Shout out again to producer Steve, just killing it, putting that blather bracket together. Thanks for all the calls. See you soon. Bye.